Hello guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I know I had this hair turban because I've just finished recording this look, how I achieve my makeup look, because it was highly requested, and because I was really feeling like filming, I thought it's better just do another video. I'll edit all of them and post them on different days, because at times I really get lazy with work, with everything. I'm just tired all the time. But oh well, before we jump right into the video, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and sure to comment. Leave a comment below on anything on this topic that we're going to talk about today. And yeah, we can grow together. A big shout out to those who are fast, to those who have subscribed to my channel, to those who have done all the good stuff on my channel. I'm really so grateful. It's because of you that I'm still doing this, and I really appreciate your support, guys, up to this far. So without wasting too much time, we're going to jump right into the video. I've gotten a lot of questions asked. Okay, basically what I film on my channel is about what I get asked, or my experiences, or everything else that guys really need to know. And at times I really can't answer all these questions I get on my Facebook, Instagram, or even WhatsApp, and I thought it's better, because they're the same things that keep happening. I just do a video and talk about it all. So we're going to jump right into the video, and today we are going to talk about the mistakes, the common mistakes, guys, men, ladies, especially ladies. I'll talk about ladies because I'm a lady, and I know what mistakes we make as ladies, more especially if there is a guy, he can do maybe a video on the mistakes men make on online dating. But as for me, I'm going to do the ladies part, because that's the same way I got my husband. I found my husband online on a dating site, and that's that. So I'm going to talk about the common mistakes we as ladies make while doing the online dating. I had to write them down on this book, because I really like writing everything, because it's easier for me to talk about stuff that is written, because of reading and everything. Nowadays I really have a problem in forgetting. I don't know, I'm getting old at 23. You can comment down below if you're suffering from the same. So there are some ladies who have been trying to do the online dating without success. It's not a problem, because basically it's not everybody who is going to find their partner or their soulmate online. It could be that you're doing online dating, but you're meant to find your husband somewhere else. You may never know, but experience is the best teacher, because you have to pass through all these things. It doesn't necessarily mean you're doing something wrong if you cannot find your partner. It's just maybe not for you. You need to change your tactic or something else, because what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. And the first thing that I've found so many ladies do on their online dating, we're going to start from the profile, is offloading one's baggage. You find that you're really beautiful, you have a lot to offer, you want a serious relationship probably, but how you've presented your profile is just a turn off if a guy sees it. And what do I mean? I mean, by offloading your baggage, it's like you're trying to communicate something, but you're communicating it in a way that shows you've suffered from that experience or whatever you're talking about. For example, you're like, you have a nice profile, and you write something like, I don't want any one night whatevers, I don't want this, I don't want a guy who is this and this. You see that negative whatever, that negative appeal you've given what you want. It's okay what you don't want, it's all right to communicate what you don't want, but to some point it's really a turn off to guys, because just look at it this way. Somebody is looking at your profile and you have already everything negative. I don't want a guy who does this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Why wouldn't you just write it, I want this and this, I would like this and this? Because when you're positive, it makes us attractive, but when you're negative, it is already like, it's a stopper for even a serious guy who will just see your profile and decide, maybe she's too serious or something. Just be positive, because it makes you attractive. And another thing that also It's a mistake. I find it's a mistake. It's a boring profile. Come on, guys. There are so many people on those dating sites. It's not just you, because when you're joining the site, you're thinking maybe you're the only person in that site. But trust me, especially these difficult times when people cannot really travel and meet new people, there are so many people on the dating sites looking for probably the same thing you're looking for. And what will make you get what you're looking for is standing out and having an enticing, not really enticing, a very beautiful profile. It may not be beautiful, but it's very interesting to look at and read, because somebody is just swiping on their phones. They're just swiping and they're looking and they're like, it's just the same thing, it's just the same thing. But they come across your profile, it's not too detailed. So many people, even those who like reading, they don't like when you just check out something. It's just a human thing, and you see too much written on it, you might get scared to read. But it's not really because it's something so hard, but the mind, the brain just shuts down. You don't want to read, you just want to skim through everything and see what it's talking about and summarize. But when you have detailed stuff, like when your profile is just pointed, not detailed, sorry, when your profile is just brief, you know, it has points, it is not novels and novels of everything. If people wanted to read novels, they would find one to read. But if your profile is a novel, my dear, people will just be swiping away from it because they want something straight to the point. So be straight to the point, and don't be like, I am good, I am God-fearing, I am, of course everybody is good. Just have something that makes you stand out. And there is this thing on my dating profile I had written as my headline. I had written a chocolate looking for a sweet chocolate looking for a vanilla. By that, it makes you look not so boring, not so someone would want to run away from as the first impression you get. Somebody, sweet chocolate. I called myself a sweet chocolate because of my color, and the reason why I said that is because I was confident. That shows I'm confident. I know I am a sweet person, you know. So when you have something like that, this is just an example among many. I'm not telling you to go and write what I wrote because it is the best. There are just so many. You can do your research on Google. You can just have something that makes you stand out. When somebody looks at your profile, they're like, I want to know more. And not too much. Don't write too much. Just be brief, something interesting, and that's a game changer for real. Another thing, let me just take what I've talked about. Another thing people make, ladies do, especially, that is a really big turn off, is asking for money from guys you meet online. Oh my god. You know, you guys, okay, it's not really bad because maybe you're in real trouble and you need some help, but why that person you've met online? That's something that for me, if I was a man and I saw a girl asking for money from me online, I would think they're not there for the relationship. This is what I would say. If you want something serious with somebody, stop asking for money, especially when you start talking to them initially. Not even initially, when you're just talking to them online without even meeting them and getting to know what type of people they are. Avoid asking people for money if you want something serious. But if you're there for games, you can probably do that. I don't know much about that because I didn't get to the site to play games. So avoid asking people for money, because even if you're real, even if you're there for a serious relationship, they might end up thinking that you're just there for the money. They're going to misunderstand you, because really the first impression matters, you know, and vice versa. Another mistake I find people doing, they're being too choosy on their dating profiles. Really, it gets to a point, of course we all want the good things, but you just have to avoid being too choosy, because you're like, I want 6 packs, I want a guy who looks like this, tall, dark and handsome, I want a guy who's 7 feet tall, I don't know, whatever. You avoid being too choosy, because you may be looking for someone, you're looking for a 7 feet who is not interested in you, but there is a 5 feet somewhere who is really good and who can be a good partner for you. So the older I get, the more I realize that some things are not really necessary. I know the heart wants what it wants, but don't be too choosy, because the choosy people end up getting the worst things. The choosy people don't get what they want, and it's from experience, because I know I'm not old, but when I was a bit younger, I was like, I want a guy who is like this, and I just realized it's almost close to impossible. Just be open-minded. Just put your profile nicely. Don't ask for money from guys you've not met. Not even you've not met. Avoid asking for money, because okay, you have other ways to ask for it if you really need it, if you're there for a serious relationship, but don't make it so obvious you're there for the money. Just make your profile good and all those things, and just find someone. If you're like 5 feet and you find someone who's 6 feet, they're taller than you, even if it's not too much or it's too much. So when you go on like, I'm not really interested because you're not 7 feet, you don't even know what the person has to offer. I'm not telling you to settle for less, but just avoid being choosy, if you really understand what I say. Another mistake that ladies, especially, this is a very big mistake girls, we make. We post people we've never met, and we post them as our lovers, as our partners and everything, and we are all over online parading them. My this, my that. You've not met them, you don't know what they want exactly. You've only talked to someone for 1 week, 2 weeks, which might be enough for some people to know that they want to spend the rest of their lives with that person. But I'll say avoid posting people you've not met. Okay, it's not even about people you've not met. You could have met him, but he's not serious, you know. So for me, what I did, I didn't post the guy I was talking to, that is my husband, until I was sure he was the one. And I was sure by the fact that he came to visit, which is, okay, not something that can make you be so sure about someone, but it's just an effort. By keeping his promises, what he had promised. And the time that I was so sure, really sure, is after we got engaged. That time I was really so sure. But right from the beginning, I felt your heart is going to tell you if that is the person or not. And from there you can decide. But to be on the safe side, because I've seen so many people, so many ladies post someone and it doesn't work, and they're so disappointed, and it's a shaming, because, you know, everybody online is like, so and so has posted, excuse me, so and so has posted this and this guy, this and this lady, so it means they're in a relationship. 2 days later or 1 week later, whatever time later, you're like, the posts are gone, because you just realized, this is not the person for me. And you just all over taking breaks from social media because you're too ashamed to go back to your Facebook page or your Instagram page or whatever page, because you posted someone all over. You are so confident with them, which is not a wrong thing, but to avoid being disappointed, especially with online dating, don't post anyone you're not sure you're going to spend your life with, because meeting face to face and meeting online is a whole different thing. Online, you don't have so many options. You're not in control of what happens to where they are or where you are. So I think it's just better when you're just sure about the person. It's when you can post them and say, okay, this is my fiance, this is my fiancé to be, whatever, and that way it's good. But posting, especially with white men, I'm telling you guys, these people are just so open-minded. You'll talk to someone and you'll think, I found someone for me, but you'll wake up the next day to a blocked profile. You're blocked, you cannot see anything from them, yet you thought everything was so fine. That's a whole level of disappointment. But if you keep an open mind, you don't conclude things when the person has not told you what they want. You don't assume things, you don't fill up things, because for people, especially for people you meet online, you don't really know what they want. You don't know whether they're there for games or they're there for serious things, you know. And if you're so delicate, if you're so like, I like this, you're the hopeless romantic sort of, somebody might just use you, you know, and they'll just make you think you're dating them, you're in a relationship with them, and oops, before you know it, they're nowhere to be seen. So avoid posting people you're not sure you have something with in the future, because it might also ruin your chances for getting somebody who's more serious in you. Avoid sending nudes, girls. Wasichana, hey, wasichana, please, tafadhalini, msitume picha zenu mkiwa uchi kwa watu umemeet online. I'm talking about this because so many girls are put at, I don't know, at a state where they cannot really, they live in fear because they're just like blackmailed. If you don't do this, I'll post the nude you sent for me. You don't want to be in such a position where you're mentally disturbed. You're just disturbed too much that the next day everybody might see your nudes. And to avoid that, some people use those pictures for pornographic sites, and maybe you don't know who is going to watch that site. Your picture might be posted somewhere that is going to jeopardize and ruin your chances of getting someone serious or even securing a job. It's not necessarily about meeting someone, but even securing a job. Your reputation might be ruined. Your current work might be ruined as well. So, in fact, just avoid sending pictures, not even nude pictures, even the normal pictures to people you don't know. Let them just see your profile. I usually used to get upset when I was in the dating site, because you find someone is like, send me your pictures, but they're swiping through your pictures. What they see is your pictures. So really, what pictures do you want? So if someone used to be like, especially these people you meet online and you've just talked a couple of lines or sentences and they're like, can we go to Skype? My sister, just run. Those people are usually scams. You'll not meet someone 5-10 minutes, talk with them for about 15 minutes over text, and directly wanna Skype with them. That's not even a characteristic for a person who wants to know you better. It's a person, it shows a person who is so rushy. I meet you today, I want to marry you tomorrow, and the next day we have a family. That can never happen. So be so keen on who you send your pictures. I know on the dating sites you're in a quest to show your best pictures. I was also in a quest to show my best pictures. I used to change my pictures weekly, which is good because you don't want to maintain the same profile the whole month, the whole year, and somebody is like, this girl never changes, you know. So, and I'll talk about the format that you should post your pictures online. You should like post 2 headshots, that's the selfies, and 3 full pictures, or vice versa, but you should strike a balance. So for me, I used to change my pictures weekly because I like taking new pictures, and I used to post them so that at least I can, the one swiping can see, you know, nataka pia aone leo nimevaa trouser, kesho nimevaa skirt. I know it happens, but please avoid sending those pictures to people because you don't know. Some people are so crazy. Some people on the dating sites, because of so many reasons. You might be on the dating site because you want someone serious, but the other person is not on the site because they want someone serious. Everybody is there for their own reasons. So if you send your naked pictures to guys who are going to blackmail you with that every day, and once you send even one picture like this, you'll be blackmailed all the time, and you'll end up sending more because you don't want that person to expose the one picture you send. So you're going to find yourself making a mistake after mistake after mistake, sending when they're like and once you give somebody that power to start blackmailing you and start doing things and start telling you, do this or I do that, my friend, it's not good at all, because you'll end up, especially for ladies, that's the worst thing that can ever happen, your naked pictures leaking. And that's why I'm telling you, please don't send, no matter how appealing he looks like, no matter how much you've talked for, no matter how you feel in your heart, because at times you may love the person but they don't love you back. They're just there for a short time and they just want to have fun, so you don't know. So please don't send your naked pictures. Msitumaniane picha hata kama umeambiwa unatumiwa sijui dola ngapi. Please don't do that, because it's not it's something that can come back to you anytime. It's not a must even he exposes his phone, or her phone might get lost. His phone might get lost, because I'm talking about ladies. Na simu yake ikipotea alafu mtu mwingine ipate, you just don't know what they'll do with your pictures, and you cannot live with that shame. The internet never forgets. Avoid being too rushy. Avoid being too rushy. This takes me back to being open-minded. Just be open-minded. Being open-minded is, so many people don't understand the meaning of being open-minded. On the dating site, if you want to survive, please be open-minded, because You might think you found someone. I repeat this, you might think you found someone. You talk with them today, tomorrow, next week, this week, next month, and then boom, they're just lost. And you had put all your emotions, all your hopes, all your dreams on that one person. What happens when they get lost? Do you get lost too? Probably, because you had put everything. You'd put all your trust on that one person. Just be open-minded. As long as somebody has not said they want anything serious with you, avoid giving them titles, my husband, my boyfriend, when he has not yet asked you to be the girlfriend. Avoid calling him husband or posting him everywhere on your social medias as your husband when he's not wifed you, because that makes them think, that gives an impression that you're so rushed. You want to meet someone today, you want to marry him tomorrow, you want to have kids the next week, and you want a family with him. People run away. For me as well, I'd run away if I saw someone like that who is just like, even my husband didn't take that time. It was like, we first know each other and things just grow. They grow naturally. You start talking to someone and it's only naturally it grows and attraction happens and all those things. But that trying to impose for them, that's why you find there are so many ladies who try to trap men with so many things. You think that when I get a child for him, he's going to be more serious. If he has not said he wants to be serious with you, if he has not said he wants to settle down with you, please avoid settling him down by force, if that even makes sense. Another thing that people make a big mistake, especially ladies, is just thinking, just being too I don't know how to put this. You find that somebody, because Afro romance worked for me, you're strictly on Afro romance. You don't take a break, you're just on Afro romance, ignoring the chances or ignoring the possibilities that might be on other dating sites as well. For me, other dating sites didn't work, but Afro romance worked, because everybody's story is different. So don't like praise one, don't think this is it and this is it. Don't explore other options. Explore, because I know some ladies got their husbands from Tinder and they were serious people. It doesn't mean that Tinder, because it's not as good as it was before, it doesn't mean that this dating site was not as good as it was before. It cannot work, because everyone's story is different. So go out there, explore other options, swipe on so many sites, because it costs you nothing. You're not going to die because you use this site and that site, because you just may never know where your person or your soulmate is. You're out here on Afro romance, but your partner is in Afro introductions. So be smart. That's another mistake ladies do. Another mistake that really pisses me off, and when I see this message on my social media, I don't even bother opening it. You know what that is? Nitafutie mtu. Get, for those who don't understand, that is Swahili. It means help me get a white man, help me get a boyfriend, my friend. Do you know how hard that is? If you have to help someone get a boyfriend, that means like when I'm here or when I'm wherever I am, I'm just like, hi white man, you'd want someone, you'd want a lady, I have a lady, okay, let me give you the number. That's a match. Hi so and so, you'd like to date? That's basically what you're telling me to do, because I don't know. Here especially, people really, they don't socialize a lot, not unless on some other levels, and that doesn't mean they're bad people. They're just occupied with other things they're doing, especially work, and you'd not know what that person wants until maybe they communicate to you they want, which is very hard, which is really so hard. So when you keep telling people to help you find your significant other, that is not possible. And kindly, please, I don't want to see such messages, because I always ignore them anyway. So you have to go out there and do something for yourself that you're going to feel proud of. It's not an easy journey. It's going to be rough, especially to find someone online, someone who is good and someone who you can trust with your life. But it feels so the feeling is just too satisfactory, if that is right. and you just feel good because you did it for yourself and you're able to get someone. I also told like 2 ladies help me find a guy, and they were not so interested in doing it, and I thought maybe I take this idea, but now I understand, because it's too difficult and it's too boring when somebody has to tell you, help me get this guy, help me get that guy. You go out there and swipe, my friend, like we all did. Another thing that people really make a big mistake. I'll talk, this is basically based on me. If you're a Christian, this is also targeting you. Not involving God right from the beginning is a very big mistake people think, because you think, okay, I have data, niko na bundles, I can understand the sites, I can fill it up, I can match, I can swipe, I can do this. But you fail to realize that everything is vanity if you don't involve God. Just tell God to help you find, because He's really faithful. He's going. Don't trust your own efforts. You might make a wrong judgment, but with God, for the Christians, but with God, you're going to find everything is working out well, because you put Him in the picture first before everything else. You entrusted everything. You might do everything. You might have a very nice profile. You might not ask for money. You might not force relationships. You might not rush things, and you might not get someone as well. At times you just, not even at times, you just need to involve God and tell Him, I need this, I'm in search of this, help me, God. And it really works. And another thing for me, I also involved my mom. I told her right from the beginning, look mom, I'm tired of all these relationships here. They're not serious people for me. I know they're serious people, but for me, I just couldn't find one in my place. I just need to try this thing, just pray for me. And she was like, yeah, go for it. If it's going to work, go for it. Be careful, and I wish you all the best. Those are blessings enough. But in case you don't have a mother, or you don't have anybody you can trust, or you cannot feel free with your mom to that extent of telling them, just tell God, it's more than enough. So that's it for today, guys. Ensure you comment. You can talk about other things, other mistakes ladies make on the dating sites, on the dating profiles, on anything dating, and we can get to learn from each other, because we are basically here to learn. Every day is a learning experience. So remember what I've said, don't go sending nude pictures. You can do everything else wrong, but please don't send nude pictures to anybody, because it will be used against you by so many people. Thank you guys for watching. We catch you up the next video. You can put suggestions down below of what you want to see, but don't say the makeup look, because I've already filmed it, and I just don't know if it's me alone or it's everybody. As soon as you do your makeup the first time, it doesn't look so good, but when it stays a bit longer, it starts looking good. That's the vibe I'm getting from this makeup. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you up on the next video.